Hi chaps, SimOP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Today I'm going to bring you a replay from my Skoda T25 on Highway. Very excited about this tank. I'd been looking forward to this since the checkline first got announced. I'm very keen on its mobility and autoloader. Plays a little like the Cromwell. So the autoloader itself takes about 8 seconds to reload. The burst damage is about 330 per clip. Armor's really weak, tall silhouette on the tank, low module HP, much like the rest of the check line. But it's a very sort of fun tank to play. And if you play it just right, get in the right situations, it can be deadly. Now I know that because I know other people are having a lot of success with it. No matter how hard I try, I haven't got past second class with this tank. And I've done some games with about 2.2k damage in it. So whatever you guys are doing, it's it's insane. Just to run you through the load up I've got on this tank. Now I've got optics and binos. The reason being is I don't have 6th sense on the tank. Now it's a big problem at this time because this tank cannot take damage. It just gets messed up, so I'm doing everything I can to make sure I'm spotting enemies before they can spot me. So I'm going to be playing this in a support role. Now the reason I'm here is when my optics go up, I'm going to be able to see over the hill at all the heavies approaching the town all along the J line, hopefully without them being able to spot me in return. Generally the TDs are on the FG line on their side. So I should be safe from being spotted or detected in this case, as I don't know when I've been spotted because I don't have 6th sense. So we spot the first tank, put a couple of shells into him. Now we're going to be playing very cautiously just because we don't have a lot of health to play around with. We're quite a big tank, so as you see there, RT can have a lot of fun with me, and the armour is very thin, and with modules getting damaged quite easily, repair kits don't go that far on it, so I've got to be quite careful. So at this point that's a big mistake. I'm trying to put 3 shots into the biz while taking a lot of return fire. That's not a good trade-off at all. It's at this point it probably looks like this is going to be a very bad game, but it's okay. So I realise I'm being spotted in that location, so what I'm looking to do is to pull back a little bit, let other people spot for me, or get in a position where my binos allow me to outspot the enemy as they're pulling up. So I'll still be able to get shots in, but I'm not going to get detected. So my low HP shouldn't matter. Shouldn't. So we see his KV-85, we're just looking to put shots into his flank. I'm not aiming for tracks just because the accuracy is not superb. It's good, but not good enough where I'm certain I'm going to be pinpoint. So we just lay some shots into that Hellcat, put 3 in. Wait for the reload. We're pretty safe at this point. There's nothing that I'm expecting can spot me or get shots into me, so I'm just going to continue playing a supporting role. So I imagine we're going to be realistically in this spot for a little while. Again, the reason for that is we've got quite a large area of effectiveness, so I'm in a position where I can get side shots into the tanks moving into town. I can provide support to any tanks that appear on their side of the river. If they push down the one line and take out our medium and heavy, I can potentially get shots into there and support on that side. So my area of effectiveness is quite large in this location. If I was just in the town, I would literally just be peekabooing with this tank. Again, that's not something you can really do just because you don't have the hit points for it. And again, I want to try and take advantage of this gun as much as possible. So I'm just trying to keep this VK pinned in place so my boys can get some damage in on him. Now for some reason I'm under the impression I can only just hit his front drive wheel, so I think I'm going to get a little adventurous and actually move my reticle to the right, or I hope I do. There we go, and I notice I can actually get shots into the side of him. So our team's playing quite well at the moment. In terms of tanks, we're a couple up. Oh, who's this cheeky little chap? Yes, let's aim just through the girder, take him out. Oh, little TD's got too excited. He goes too. Back to our team. So our team's pushed nice and aggressively down the one line, taking everything out there. There's only a couple of tanks, so we're crushing that flank. Down the town, we're holding quite well. We're keeping them to the edge of the town. Now this is beneficial obviously for me because this is where I'm getting my side shots into the KV1. We're right into their base at this moment of time. We've got a light spot on all their tanks, so we know where everyone is. We should be at clean-up point. I hope, unless something ridiculous happens. So what we've got to do is still be a little bit cautious, because although we've taken out 2/3 of the team, we've taken quite a lot of damage. By we, I mean me, but as well as the rest of the team. We've got the Biz that's damaged, which is still pretty deadly at this tier. The KV damage, but well, still pretty deadly. M7, not too worried about that chap. Just going to plough some shots into him. But we're quite spread out as a team, so they've got enough about them still, because they're still fairly concentrated by their base, where they can do quite a bit of damage. So we've got to be a little bit cautious here and not get too excited, as we are a complete and utter one hit. So if someone decides to ruin my day, they'll just destroy me, and that won't be fun. So we're on 3 kills at the minute, 14 hits, or sorry, 14 pens, 7 critical, 3 spots. I wasn't going for big spots, so I'm quite pleased with 3. And I'm getting quite excited. There's a very lonely KV85 over here. So in my head, I'm picturing flying down his left-hand side. He's not facing me. I throw 3 shots into his backer, pull backer, put 3 more in. Does not go like that. Not at all. Not at all. Just couldn't get there quick enough to do any meaningful damage. Even though this is a fairly manoeuvrable tank, so you would have thought I'd be able to. We get 2 shots in, we get the kill. So 4 kills, 16 pens, probably about 1500 damage, so not too bad a game. But I think this game highlights how good this tank can be, how manoeuvrable, how good it is as a supporting tank. I'm very curious to see how you guys are doing on your checkline grind. Let me know in the comments below, and let me know how you're dealing with not having 6 cents quite yet on your tanks and what you're doing to cope. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please like and subscribe, chats.